Hello, what's going on, everyone? It's Camille Prosperity out of Savannah, Georgia. And in this video, guys, I'm going to, well, first, before we get started, please do me a quick favor. It's been on so long since I've been on. If you could like and subscribe to the channel, if you're not already a subscriber, but if you could like this video, definitely share it with someone that you think will find it helpful. It's been so long since I would be on. Since I have been on, those things are really helpful to me. Okay. Also, as you come in, as always, I told you where I'm from. I want to know that you're a real person too, and where you are watching from. Drop down low what district. We used to do that, right? The districts. Drop down low where you are watching from, please. It just helps me not to feel alone. I'm going to take a moment also to just really quickly. Is it live on YouTube? I know. Oh, okay. It's got to be because I see a few people coming in. Hello, everyone. We're going to get started. This is not going to be long. I just want to share something with you guys because right now we're in very hard economic times and people are getting super duper nervous. They have fallen behind on their bills and they're really panicking. This is the reason why I have my consultations, because sometimes it's not, you don't even have time between working the kids and life. You don't even have time to be on YouTube watching 50 million videos or taking all these courses or paying all that money. So, I, how do you say that? I couldn't find you, Charlotte, North Carolina. I have not been to North Carolina in forever. Ooh, that's a gorgeous profile picture. I love it. But the last time I was there, I remember it was very beautiful. But hello, I'm just going to say C-Card. What's going on? Derek Bay, Hartford, Connecticut. Never been to Connecticut in my life. Would love to go, though. Peace and light, Kim, Fayetteville, North Carolina. Okay, North Carolina is representing really hard. Usually my top viewing people are from Georgia and then New York, but North Carolina wants to take the lead. So guys, let me check one more thing because I want to share this to my Facebook. I frequently have, okay, cool. So I got the link. I'm going to share this right quick. And then I want to while we're waiting, I want you guys to tell me, when is the last time you looked at your credit reports? And be truthful. When was the last time you all looked at your credit reports? Join me if you're free. Okay. And for the people who already responded, I'm really looking for responses from you guys, because don't make me call your name like we were in school. Oh, she said, okay, you know what? I'm so happy you said that, C-Card. She said, I couldn't find you on YouTube. So I put in the description box of this video a link, because I don't know if you remember or if you followed me during the time that I had my community text blast. Oh my gosh, we used to be popping. It was 3,000 of us strong and we had a good old funky time, and it was completely free. But those, when I had to shut it down because community was, they like tripled the price on me. So instead of $200 a month, they wanted almost $1,000 just randomly, and I had to shut it down, and that really slowed my momentum down. So what I am going to do is find another place for us to live, another place for us to congregate, another place for us to be, so that nobody will ever say again, I couldn't find you. So what I want you to do, and I'm going to drop a link in the description box right now that you can, oh, dang it. Oh, wait. I think I can do this shorter link. I'm going to drop a link where you can fill out only like 3 or 4 questions so that I can keep in contact with you, and you'll never have to like wonder where I am again. Okay. So if you're on live, I just dropped the link. If you are watching the replay, the link is in the description box below. Thank you for saying that. Okay. Sicard says you pulled the credit reports today. Did you pull all 3? And can anybody tell me where you're supposed to pull your credit reports from, where it is free? Remember, we used to only get free credit reports only like 3 times a year. And then after the pandemic, right, they started letting us you can get it for free from each bureau every 7 days. That means once a week. That means they went from only you getting 1 per bureau per year, 3 times a year, to you getting 1 for each bureau every week 52 weeks in a year times 3, you do the math. So we really should be doing that, especially y'all. Let me tell y'all something, especially if you've fallen behind on something, please check your credit every 7 days, because you never know when somebody is going to spring something on you. They love, 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 love to do it around the holidays. And when's the other time, guys? Do you know? Do you know the 2 times a year they love to put some stuff on your credit report, and you'll be like, I just checked it and it wasn't on there. But if you having any problems, I'm telling you, D. Kreider, what's going on, my friend? Michigan. Yes, I do know you are in Michigan. I've never been to Michigan. Gotta go. My company's headquarters is in Michigan. Derek Bay, never. I'm so happy you're on. Please, guys, tell Derek Bay where he can get the come on, D. Come on, D. Come on, D, baby. She said it. Tax season and the holiday season, y'all. That's the 1-2 punch. That's when they love to spring stuff on your credit report, because they know that you're going to try to get a car. You're going to try to get something. They know that you probably have a little extra money. Maybe you've been working overtime, bonuses. So they're going to capitalize on that time to put something on your credit report and guilt trip you into paying it. And I know somebody saying, she telling people not to pay their bills. Well, I'm going to show you. When I say things like this, I'm saying it because more often than not, they are in the wrong and not us. Even when we're in the wrong, they're more in the wrong because they're often breaking laws. Okay. And I'm going to show proof of that right now. So, D, you said you checked yours about 3 months ago. Okay, good. That's not bad at all. But again, for anybody who can hear my voice, if you know that you are having trouble paying things right now, money is a little funny, change a little strange, please check yours very, very frequently, because you never know when they're going to put something on there. And the dispute process or getting something off, oftentimes it takes a few rounds. So if something gets on there, you want it off as quick as possible. And it could really take legitimately anywhere from 3 to 6 months. So you need to be on top of this. What do most people do? They wait until, okay, oh, let's show what D said. They violate regularly. Yes, they do. And they cause unnecessary panic, stress, and strife and strain in your life. And what most people tend to do is bury their heads in the sand when they get a letter or they get a notification or they get any bad news, because they don't know how to deal with it or they don't want to deal with it. And I'm telling you right now, if you know how to deal with it, it will increase the probability that you will want to deal with it. Because the worst thing you can do is bury your head in the sand. Okay. What about when it's in collection hands? That depends. All right, Sir Bink, what's going on? This is my first time seeing you. There's different types of collections. As a matter of fact, you know what? You just segment wave me, okay? I'm gonna take this banner down. Did y'all like and subscribe this video? Did you subscribe to the channel if you haven't before? Like the video and share this with a friend. All right, thank you, Sir Bink. So let's look at a collection letter, shall we? Okay. Shaquan said, I definitely don't know how to deal with it. Thank you for saying that. Most people don't. I didn't know until I knew. Okay. So it's all good. Sir Bink said, just tuning in. Cool. I got you. So let's take a look at this letter because this is very, very interesting. Share screen. And I'm doing a consultation tomorrow. This young lady, single mom, she needs a vehicle, and can y'all see that? Can y'all see me? Is I'm live? All right. So as you can see right here, we have a letter on the screen. This is from a collection agency. Have you ever heard of National Enterprise Systems? I have not. Guys, just in case you did not know, it is nothing for anybody to start a collection agency. There are literally people, and this is no shade at all, but there are literally people coming out of prison. In case y'all don't know, a lot of times people who come out of prison, they still got a lot of money. They got more money than people on the outside. Okay, IYK. But there are a lot of people coming out of prison, literally buying debt for pennies on the dollar. They know how to. What do a lot of people in prison do? They sit there and they read, they study. They be starting whole LLCs, whole businesses, y'all. Y'all don't even know. I have been in mentorships with people in jail, y'all. In jail, y'all. Okay, so you can look it up for yourself, but this is one of the businesses that they like to start, and that doesn't mean that it's an illegal business. I'm just telling you how easy it is to start a business. Somebody who has a felony, right? They might not be able to go get a job making minimum wage somewhere, but they'll be able to start a debt collection company. Catch that T. All right. So there's tons of debt collection companies out there, guys. It's going to blow your mind, and you're going to see more and more, especially when we're in economic times where the debt is high and the incomes are low and people are going into default, and the interest rates, the feds keep jacking up the rates. You're going to see more of this. Okay. You're going to see more companies whose names you don't know. They're buying debt for pennies on the dollar. This company right here bought a debt. And as you can see, this is a recent letter. They bought a debt from Discover Card. Now, this is almost $2,000. If you open this up, would your heart skip a little beat, and not in a good way, right? Would your heart skip a little beat, right? Keep it moving said, thank you for all that you do. You have no idea how much I need to hear that right now. I was literally just crying a few moments ago. So thank you. Thank you. Consultation. How can I get in touch with you? Oh, that is really super duper easy. Shaquan, let me do this. I'm gonna put this down. You see right there where on my name where it says hellokidmillie.com. You can go to you know what, Shaquan? The easiest thing for you to do, fill out the consultation, the link to the form in this video. It should be in the YouTube video. Let me know if you don't see it. And then where it says comments or questions, just put consultation. Because I don't want you like clicking all on hellokidmillie.com and getting lost. Right now, I want you to focus. But that is the best way to do it. Sir Bink said, Law, got a warrant. Would you ever write me back? I'm off topic. Would I ever write you back? Yeah, you are off topic. What are you talking about? Pen pals? I don't even keep in touch with the people that are free. So no, I don't have pen pals in jail. But I have friends who have been to jail. To me, it's not about where you are, what you've been. Nah, the crime does matter. The crime does matter. Nah, the crime does matter. But I don't judge people based on being in jail. Some of the smartest people I know were in jail. One of my most favorite people in the world right now is Wall Street Trapper for many reasons. And he was in jail from age 16 to 26. IYKYK, if you know, you know, right? Now don't come over here flirting though, Bink. I got to be in a certain headspace. Shalom, beautiful. Shalom. What's going on, Dwayne McDaniels? So, guys, I want you guys looking over this letter. I want to know, how would you feel if you got this? Oh, it's okay. But thanks for helping, sis. Oh, no problem. And guys, let me tell y'all something. We got to get out of this mindset that, you know, and again, if you're being honest and sincere, which I think you are, I'm happy you put that out there. I've had a warrant before. Do you understand? And you need to understand how the law works. Okay. It is very easy to get a warrant for your arrest. Okay. Stormy Steele from Love and Marriage Huntsville, who has the $1 Million Day on TikTok, who did Canvas Beauty, she had a warrant for her arrest. Okay. Right. So I really want us to get out of this mindset of, oh, you're bad. Oh, you're good. Oh, this is bad. Oh, this is good. And literally, I just did it myself. I was on the phone with my big brother and I said that I felt like I was bad in a certain area. And he pulled me up and was like, sis, that's the devil, snap out of it. So, you know, each one teach one, everybody come together. I can't believe this many people on a Friday night have joined this live to get this information. Proud of y'all. So let's get to it. I'm going to go back to my, now that I caught up on all the comments. Okay. So, all right. So listen, this is like called a Dunning letter. I wanted to ask if anybody knew what the name of it, but it's called a Dunning letter. This is what a debt collector has to send you by law if they quote unquote buy your debt. Okay. And they have to give you a certain amount of time. Listen to me good. Listen to me good. They have to give you a certain amount of time to dispute the debt. See, how can you dispute the debt? They have to give you a certain amount of time to dispute the debt before they put it on your credit report. What do most of us do? We be like, not today, Satan. We put the letter away. We go get a drink and we Netflix and chill all weekend long. We forget about the letter. And then on this particular letter, it says, if you write to us by August 20th, what is today? August 9th. What most of us do is nothing. So then what happens? August 20th comes and goes, and then they end up putting this debt on your freaking credit report. Trust me, let me tell y'all something. It is so much harder. It is so much harder to get it off the credit report once it's on. The easiest way to get something off your credit report is to never get it on there. The easiest way to win in court is to never go to court. That doesn't mean don't show up. That means make sure you handle the case in the court system. Make sure you get the case dismissed before it ever goes before a judge or a trial. That's what I mean. Okay, does that make sense? Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? So when you get a dunning letter, you have to respond. I don't even care if you don't know how to respond. Just say, I don't think I owe this amount. Prove to me. Do it however you got to do it. But respond, because that's at least going to buy you some time, so that when they respond back to you and be like, yes, you do owe it, here you go. And I'm telling y'all right now, usually they give you one sheet of paper and then you're like, well, I guess they got me, and they still don't got you. Okay. But what you do not want to do is not respond to the letter. Okay. Does that make sense to y'all? I hope that makes sense. So, yeah. Now, how do we know this is a third party debt collector? Being asked earlier, or somebody else, they said, what if it's a collection letter? Well, you got two types of collection letter. You got one from the original creditor. Usually what they'll do is, if it's like say if Discover did not sell this to National Enterprise, then Discover said, sometimes they have in-house counsel, sometimes they have some, young college grad, law school grad, who all they do is charge a little few $1,000s to take care of these debts for the original creditor. Okay. So right here, this is a third party debt collector, because it is not Discover. It's not Attorney Kim on behalf of Discover. Does that make sense? Two types of collections. The original creditor, usually they'll outsource it to a lawyer, and the lawyer will send you a letter that'll make you pee on yourself, because you just see like Esquire and law and all this stuff, and you're like, I'm about to go to jail. I'm about to go to jail. And you're not, okay? And then you have this third party debt collectors, and it will be a company that has a name other than the name of the original creditor. All right. And these fall under what? The FDCPA, Federal Debt Collection Practices Act, right? So, Dwayne said, I'm well, lovely. That's so good. That's a blessing to be well right now. I'm just checking the comments right quick, and then we're going to proceed on. Okay. I seen some type video. I seen some type of, I thought you said type 2 violations. I seen some type of video 2 months ago. Oh, I seen some type of, I'm with you now. You talking about talk like you from the South. I seen some type of video 2 months ago about people supposedly beating credit penalties on Credit Karma. I didn't save it, know anything about it. There's all types of things that you can do. Credit Karma has its pluses and its minuses. I would definitely say, when you see a video like that, take notes on it, save it, and then try it for yourself, and then keep tweaking. That's the best thing I can tell you. But there's tons of videos out here. Some is good, some are bad. So just, pay attention though. But I will say this, when you see a video, if it piques your interest, have a special place where you put it to the side, because chances are you'll never find that video again. You'll be like, what was it called? Who was it? You just saw my girl said, I was looking for you. So, if something piques your interest, try it out and see. Okay, that's what I did. A lot of this stuff is just an adult game of follow the leader and trial and error. All right. So Derek Bay says, so what are they collecting since there's no money? Oh, see, now Derek Bay, we can't go that deep on them. We can't go that deep on them. We just gonna keep it real service right now. We're not in the 12 feet. We're in the 3 feet. Okay. So don't mess my people up. But I feel you. I feel you. And again, remember, the only rights you have are the rights that you know about and protect. So they can come to you and say, hey, it's funny that you say that, Derek Bay, because if somebody came to you and said, hey, you owe me 5 pounds of oil, you would be like, get out of my face. No, I don't. Prove it. You would have so much smoke for them, right? But when people come to us and say you owe money, right, you have to believe it first for it to be true, right? That's how a con artist always wins, right? They tell the person, oh, baby, I love you. And that person believes that person loves them. And that's how they are able to manipulate. Make sense? I hope that makes sense. Oh, you're from Houston? I love Texas. All right. They eat very well in Texas. Me too, beautiful. All right, awesome. So y'all, let's go ahead because I said I didn't. How long I've been on here? Oh, 20 minutes already? I feel like 10. All right, let's get to it, man. All right, so I told y'all we got a third party letter here. We went over the two different types of collection letters. We went over what this is called. It's called a Dunning letter. We went over what do you call it? What you're supposed to do, which is not ignore it. You're supposed to answer it. And the time frame will depend. It can depend on your state. It can depend on what the debt collector says. Sometimes they'll say, there was a letter that I saw from a client recently. They only had 35 days. So this person had a little bit more than that. It's almost like, what is this? Basically 2 months. So, and remember too, when you send your response, don't just be like, I sent it. No, you send it, you take a picture of your letter. I like handwriting letters. You take a picture of your letter, you get tracking. You get tracking so you can prove you sent it. Okay? Everything is about proof. What did I say earlier? The best way to stay out of court, the best way to win in court is to stay out of court. So if, like, say this debt collector brought a suit, and I'm gonna tell you why they can't in a minute, but say this debt collector brought a suit to you, then you could say, no, they don't even have a right to go any further with this because they brought me the debt. I disputed the debt. Here's my tracking info showing where they received it. Now from here, they were supposed to prove to me how the debt is valid before they ever file suit in court. Now, the judge will probably dismiss it with prejudice, meaning they can bring the suit again, but you just bought yourself some time and you didn't have to step in court and defend yourself. Because again, what happens is most people ignore this letter. Then the debt collector will put it on your credit report. If they can sue, they usually will sue. Then most people are ignoring the summons. Then they get a default judgment. Then you get your check gets garnished and your life goes to hell, right? Your spouse leaves you and your kids hate you, and I'm being funny, but it's really not funny. That's really how a lot of people feel. Okay, that's really how a lot of people feel. Certified. Dee says she sent her stuff certified, right? Okay, and it's so funny too because in this day and age of finding out how stuff can work, one of the hardest things to understand is how the post office works. How many of y'all are confused by the post office? Certified, priority, tracking, did it, and they really be looking at you like you dumb. They really be looking at you like, Birdman, is you dumb or is you stupid? And you like, what's the difference? It's very overwhelming, right? When you go to the counter, you won't be knowing what you want to do. But yeah, avoided all debts for a few years. What should I do? So I want you to start by clicking the link down below and then filling that out so that we can stay in touch. And then I can address this in another video for sure, for sure. Dwayne laughing at me. And it's great if you've avoided debt to a certain extent. I will say this, Derek Bay is deep in this. Most people are not as deep as Derek Bay, but I will say this. You want to learn how to not avoid debt. You want to learn how to manage the different types of debt. And then later on, when you get as deep as Derek Bay, you want to learn how to make these people, these alleged debt, people who call you a debtor, you want to learn how to make them pay. Okay? But that's a whole nother level. All right? So now we're going to go, y'all, this is, I was trying to see if this said page 1 of 2. So this page right here, this is all that came to the client. Listen to me good, Lindas. This is all that came in the envelope. It's one page. Okay? Now, here's the gotcha though. Let me reduce this down. It's one page, but on the back of the page, there's this. There's this on the back of the page. I wish I could somehow block this out. I'm going to turn it. What you just saw, I want you guys to tell me, would you read that print on the back of the page? Be honest. Do you even turn over the backs of the papers that you get in the mail? Be honest. And it's a little bit of delay, so I'm going to wait for the replies. But would you turn that paper over? Do you turn the papers over? Do you read every letter on every letter that you get in the mail? Be honest. I ain't your mama. I ain't going to whoop it. Well, I know you are, D. D said, I'm reading everything. Right. You are. But D is in the minority. And I'm going to tell y'all why you should be in the minority too. Most of us I used to be one. We don't read everything. Like I said, most of us going to see this and we're going to get in a bad mood and we're going to close it up and put it away. But look at what the back of this says. Let's enlarge it. Let's read together, class. I so wish I could have y'all read. Okay, read this. Read this. Due to the age of your account, Discover Card is not able to file suit against you. So what we doing here? But there's always a but, right? Booty but. If you take specific action such as making a written promise to pay, and trust me, they also mean a verbal one, the time for filing a suit will be what? Reset. We would like to work with you to resolve your account balance. Man, if you don't go somewhere, if you don't go, bruh, baby. Did y'all just read what I just read? Aren't you happy you stayed this long? Aren't you happy you jumped on? Dwayne said, no, I'm laughing with you, beautiful, just with you. Oh, yeah. This, I know you, and I know you said that about something earlier, but your comment is actually on time because isn't this comical? I want y'all to read that again, friend. Read it again, friend. Due to the age of your account, Discover Bank is not able to file suit against you. So what are we doing here? But if you take specific action, such as making a written promise to pay, y'all, what did Derek Bay just said? What money? Y'all, we make promises to pay all the time. And we think it's right. And I'm not going to go into that too much right now. They told on themselves. Come on, D. Come on, D. Got me yelling in this hotel lobby. They told on themselves. But again, what did I tell y'all earlier? The only rights you have are the rights that you know. So here's the whole deal. Some of y'all, the ones who don't ignore this letter, guess what you're going to do? You're going to be like, oh, I need a car. I know I need a car. Oh, I don't want bad credit. Oh, let me call them. Oh, let me see if they'll do a payment plan. Oh, let me work something out. Oh. And you not only will they tell on themselves, you telling on yourself. So you're going to call them. You're going to set up a payment plan. You're going to set up a payment plan when you don't have to because they already told you. What can y'all do? Y'all see I'm getting worked up because this pisses me off. What is it called when the amount of time to collect on a debt runs out? I did a whole video on this, y'all. Just because I took a break, okay? Just because I was battling my demons, that didn't mean y'all couldn't go back and watch the old video. The old video, the stuff still stands, right? I did a whole video on this. What is it called when you only have a certain amount of time to collect on a debt? Which, by the way, it varies by state. Why do you think when y'all come on in, I be like, where you watching from? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Because what's good for me here in Georgia ain't good for Beacon, Texas, in Houston. It ain't good for D in North Carolina. Okay, D in Michigan. My bad. D is in Michigan. Dwayne said, what? Wow. Okay, Dwayne, we got to read everything, y'all. We got to stop getting so emotional when we see you owe. Because they just told you right there you don't owe. Unless your booty butt turn around and say, yeah, I do owe. Can we work it out? Y'all be up there like Tevin Campbell. Can we talk for a minute? And they be like, yeah, what you want to do? Because we going to put this on your credit. But look how many things are so wrong with this. The debt. They're saying, we said you owe this. Now, if you don't say you owe it, we could put it on your credit in 30 days. Even though we can't sue you for it. And we can't sue you for it because the time has run out. So we can't sue you for it. We really can't even collect on it unless you tell us you want to pay us. Think about that. I can't make y'all better read that Fair Debt Collection Practices Act. I told y'all a long time ago, y'all only want to get the dang on brown book. Y'all only want to get the brown book from when I was on my patio. But I told you about the Fair Debt Collection, FDCPA. The FDCPA. FDCPA. The FDCPA, that's what it is. Yes, okay. Come on, D. Crider, Statute of Limitations. Thank you, SOL. statute of limitations is what it's called. That is the amount of time. Everybody who said where they're from, I want you to go. And guys, if you're liking this video and you want to keep in touch with me, go ahead and fill out the form in the description box so that I can get your email and I can notify you when I create my little community, when I drop other videos like this, and when I come up with things that I know if you like this, you're going to like that. So go ahead. I want to keep in touch with y'all. Now, the statute of limitations, it varies by state and it varies by debt. Did y'all know that? So then when you look, I did a whole video on it. Go to YouTube, type in Better Body Cruise, either SOL or statute of limitations, something like that. But it varies by state and it varies by debt. So there's a statute of limitations for credit card debt in Georgia. And then it's a totally different statute of limitations for, I think, unsecured loans. Or secured loans. It's like 4 or 5. You need to see the chart. Just Google it. Go to the Google Schmoogle, right? Go to the Googler and look it up for your state. What Kelly? Hey, Kelly. Oh, hey, Kelly. That's my girl. Okay, I didn't know the name, but the face. I remember this is my girl. Okay, Child, why come Sprint? I love y'all. Child, why come Sprint just sent me an email saying I owe $400 from 2007. Do you say I should respond to the email? Always respond. Well, first of all, I don't like the fact that it's an email. Y'all do know a lot of people are also phishing, trying to get you to click on stuff. Oh, this was so good. Dang it. I'm going to have to do a separate video. I saw something on the Instagram the other day, and it was like, which one of these is real and fake? And it was like Comcast.com. And the A was like a circle and a loop on one, and then on the other one, it was an A like in block style. And one was fake, the block style one. And it all has to do with the font. So I don't want y'all clicking any emails. I don't want y'all doing anything by email, because that is how they can steal your information. Okay. And really, like, a lot of our stuff is tied to, like, if you have a Gmail, your Gmail might be tied to your Facebook. That might be, oh, I'll use Gmail to log into TikTok. I'll use Gmail. And then this is really how they get, like, identity theft. Okay. So I don't want you responding by emails. That is a loaded question. 2017. I would be very curious to know what state you're in and what the statute of limitations is for a debt on that. Also, I'm going to tell y'all something else, y'all. If you got too much going on, learn to prioritize your situations. So one of the first things I tell people to do when they get even a letter like this, I ask the person, is it on your credit report? Because if it is on your credit report prematurely, then they violated the law, right? They weren't supposed to put it on there until you didn't respond. If it is not on your credit report, right, then you got a little bit of time to deal with people that's not on your credit report. That's why I said at the beginning of this video, they will put stuff on your credit report because it's a way to basically financially blackmail you into reaching out to them. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? I would also see, what does the email say about you owing them $400. I would also look up any recent, I would look up case laws involving Sprint. So if they saying it's for a phone or it's for service or anything like that, I would definitely look into that. Kelly, I would also say this. Another thing, y'all, sometimes they'll file suit and the clause in your agreement says that there's an arbitration clause that says they have to take you to arbitration before they file a suit in the courts. And oftentimes they don't pay attention to their own stuff. So if somebody files it for you in court, again, this is the reason why people do consultations with me, because it's a number of different things. There's so much going on that could get you out of something, not because you don't rightfully, I'm going to loosely say owe it, but oftentimes just because you owe something doesn't mean they have the right to violate you. Do you get it? Does that make sense? Hopefully I'm explaining this in a way that makes sense. Okay. But I really want y'all to stimulate to think and to learn this stuff, because it has taken me years and I still don't know everything. But I will get on here and share with y'all what I know. And I'm gonna tell y'all something else about this Discover thing. They got me stuttering. Y'all. Dwayne says, I'm still trying to learn how to use the brown book. Can you enlighten me with that? Beautiful. I cannot right now, just because it's so much that goes into that. You literally have to read slow. You have to read by yourself. You have to read slow. You have to see how to apply things. The best thing I can tell you, Dwayne, is go back and look at my former videos. There are videos where I have done, I have literally gone and shown you guys how to look up CFPB complaints. And oftentimes, all you have to do, remember, this is an adult game of follow the leader and trial and error. So if you go to CFPB, which stands for Consumer Financial blah 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 website, and you look up the complaints the way I showed you in that video, oftentimes you will see people who are successful and unsuccessful, and oftentimes you will see them quoting some of the laws in the 15 USC code book. So when you can read what somebody did and see, oh, they won the complaint, or they didn't win. Oh, I see why they didn't win. This is not clear. I can't follow this. They got their dates. Oh, I see why they won. That is going to make more sense to you. Does that help, Dwayne? You want to take the book and you want to start to do research on your own. That's the best thing I can tell you right now, because we're already at 36 minutes. But it's a lot. And that's why I try to do videos, and I try to like do videos 10 to 15 minutes, but it just never works out that way. Partially because y'all are such a great audience. Lol, not, I know I'm so behind on my comments. Let me catch up. My bad about the typos. No. You right in how I talk. But, I forgot my people are my people, right? And that's what I like about y'all. Just filled out the form. All right, B, cool. All right. John Davis said statute of limitation sets time limits for collecting debt. But what about security interest, aka liens? Come on now, John. Y'all, we can't go there on this live. CFPB recently published an article of people losing homes due to long forgotten mortgages. Oh, you don't even want to get into that. And I'm signed up on the CFPB. I get their emails about certain things, and I get their emails about the cases. It's so interesting to see too a lot of consumer law cases and what the outcome is, because you got a lot of consumer people out here like, don't you know you can get $10,000 if you just be like, stop it, this is against the law. And them people be lying to y'all. It is not that easy. The law is very tricky. The language that you think you know, you don't. And the courts will often use language against you if you don't know what you're doing. So it is doable, but it is something that you have to be committed to, right? You got to commit to this. This is not a fly by night thing at all. But it is horrible, not just with the mortgages, John, but with apartments. Ooh, there's some stuff that I would love to tell y'all, but I would never say it publicly, just because of some of the groups that I'm in and some of the things that people have been able to do, because they know this stuff better than me. And I'm a small fish in that big old pond of sharks, and they are tearing it up on the equity side and understanding trust law and other things. But that's a whole nother subject. Again, consumer law is your pinky toe. But y'all, we got to do this, because they violating y'all all up and down, and they stressing y'all out, and you fussing at your kids, and you gaining weight, and you getting sick, and it's not worth it. I know from personal experience. Some were foreclosed on mortgages that were sold as 12 years old. Oh man, please. If you go and look at those YouTube documentaries and you really research why the 2008 crash happened and what is going on with mortgages and how underwriting works and how notes work. And if you buy those books that I told y'all, remember, like UCC Connection, what was the other one? The Straw Man, which I would never, ever, don't you ever use the word straw man in court. They're going to think you're a cuckoo. And that is a quick way for them to label you a sovereign citizen, which is an oxymoron, and you've lost. But if you get those little skinny books, you can go to my Amazon store. Let me put the link in here. Let me actually show y'all, okay? Because y'all are really saying a lot of really good stuff right now. Share this tab instead. That's sparking my interest and getting me back going, y'all. Thank y'all so much for this. I needed this. But this is my Amazon store. Let me make sure it is showing. This is my Amazon store. One of the first things I have right here are the legal books. Okay. So this thing right here and this terminology thing, guys, I keep this on me and I reference it frequently. But you want to get these books. And I don't want you to think that you are supposed to understand everything off the rip. You're not. These books are going to be a foundation upon which you're going to build so that 5, 10 years down the road, when you see this stuff, you're instantly going to know what to do. Not just for you, but for your family too, and for your friends. Okay? We got to do this thing brick by brick, video by video, book by book. But this series right here, I'm not going to say, and look at it, $5, $5. Not to offend anybody, but that's just how I say $5 sometimes. But these little tiny skinny books right here, you can read in one setting, and they're gonna blow your mind. I mean, head blown emoji. But it's a good foundation for you to start to see that what you see is not really what it is. It's going to be a great foundation for you to start to realize. And if you go to hellocamille.com, my Amazon store link is right there. I'm also going to post it right here in the chat. But yeah, go to hellocamille.com and then you'll see my Amazon storefront. Mostly everything you need, you're going to be able to find at hellocamille.com. But tonight, I want you guys, again, if you're liking this video, click like. It's going to push me back through the algorithm. Excuse me. This is hellocamille.com. And as you can see right here, my Amazon storefront is right there. Right here, Credit Crushers. This is where we have a lot of the credit information. One of the things that people really like to click on is some of the credit testimonials that I have. Guys, I've helped people who previously had situations, and every situation is different. So I'm not going to say that, what works exactly for somebody will work for you. It depends on a number of different things, but you can feel free to, oh, shoot. Oh, I never did. Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't share this tab. So yeah, when you click on Credit Crushers, you can come down here and click Credit Testimonials right here. Credit Testimonials. This is my little vault. And then it's going to take you to the testimony vault where you can see some of the things that I've helped people do. Some of these were people that were in my paid mentorship. Some of these are people who just watched my videos and left a comment. Some were people who were in the pilot program where when I was learning this stuff long ago, I was literally helping people for free. Would y'all believe I was helping people for free and many wouldn't do anything? But I was helping people for free just to test it out because I'm only one person and everything that I was learning, I couldn't test just on myself. But feel free to browse the credit vault. Yeah. And see what's what in it. And if you fill out that form, you can definitely, again, ask me any questions that you have about anything that you see in there. I really want to get back to, as much as y'all feel like, oh, she gave me such good information, y'all gave me such good energy. So yeah, D King, study, study, study. Come on, study, 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 and then do. And don't be afraid of doing it wrong. What do I put on the letter? Let's start with your name. Let's start with the date and your name. Then you can say hello and just wing it, But the main thing is, I don't know if y'all remember one time I put up a letter that this guy wrote. That thing was so funny. And his letter to the creditor basically was like, dear so-and-so, you got to be out of your effing mind. That was the first line. You got to be out of your effing mind. That thing, but guess what? And I'm not saying you got to curse people out, but he wrote it like he was walking it like he's talking, walk it like I talk it. And he had some other good stuff in there that made some good points. But that first line was, you got to be out your effing mind. And I just thought that was hilarious. But that's what it was. That's really what it was. So let me see here. Other comments. Go must comprehend the language to apply it correctly. Right. And study the origin of words. Like, I don't know if any of y'all know what it means when you say you're a human being. I don't know if any of y'all really truly understand why it is better to say you are a mother or a father versus a parent. Okay. It goes back to in law, there's something called, what is it? Parents. Oh gosh, it's a Latin term where basically it is the reason why when you say, no, I can't afford a lawyer. And they say, well, do you want a court-appointed lawyer? And then you get the public defender. And that public defender basically comes in and steps in to act as your representative, your parent, because you, in essence, told the judge, I'm a child in this court. I don't know what to do and what I'm doing. I don't know how to navigate these waters. Catch that? Catch that? Right? So is it parents patria? I think it's parents patria, like PARENS and then PATRIA. So these are all things that with time and connecting with the right people, you're going to learn. It is better. Don't say that you're a female, you're a woman. Don't say that you're a male, you're a man. You are a living soul. Okay? Don't say that you're a human being. Look it up. See? And these are things that seem very small, but in the law, mm, 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 baby. All right. I would gladly just pay your fee to handle my terms. And you and Kelly, I know you've been following me for a while. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't really think you need to. Based on what I remember, I think you've probably seen enough that you can do enough to get it handled on your own. But if you want to talk to me, fill out the form and we can just see, because I don't just like be like, yeah, pay me, pay me, pay me. Trust me, I like to be paid. And my consultations are usually very enjoyable because most people don't pay people. They're like, I can YouTube that. I can Google that. And so if they pay, usually they watch me enough to know how I rock and roll. And so we be having a good old funky time. But I really think you could do it. Don't be paying me for that little Sprint. Kelly, if you don't handle Sprint, and again, y'all don't click on any emails, okay? You study that. Okay, I'm so behind on the comments. What books? Oh, Sir Bink, did you not see the books? Okay. So again, you can go to, let me just backtrack for anybody who came in late. You can go to hellokimilli.com. Kimilli is Kim, and then it's ILLI. Okay. KIMILLI. I know that's kind of hard to see, but if you go to hellokimilli.com, it's going to take you to my link tree, and then it's going to take you to my Amazon storefront. Okay. And that storefront, it looks like this. Okay. Hold on 1 second. Actually, it doesn't look like this. It looks like, when you first come to the storefront, it looks like this. And then I have all things that I use, from camera equipment to exercise gear to the books that I read. Okay. So y'all, and I have to give props to y'all. Y'all have clicked my link over 1,000 times. We have sold some of this stuff out. When I look at my metrics from my Amazon storefront and see how many people are clicking links, even when I have not shot a video for 6 and 7 months at a time, it's amazing. I love your thirst for knowledge. But remember, like Dee said, we don't just want to read, we also want to apply. And I don't want y'all to be scared. Fill me in. I love your thirst for hunger. Hopefully I answered your question. Yes, study etymology. Y'all, for those of you who do not know, etymology is the origin of words. And it's really, really, so I'm telling you, as Americans, I'm not going to say we're at a disadvantage, but my friends in other countries, they speak other languages oftentimes. And it is so funny how when you're exposed to una otra idioma, another language, you're going to, oftentimes that language, because of the significance of the language, it will put you on game to what a word means, even if you don't know the word. I hope you're following me. So what I mean by that is this, and I used to be obsessed with etymology when I was a kid. I just loved to look up the root of the root of the root of the root, right? I was digging, right? Such a nerd. But because right? Because I speak Spanish, Espanol, Spanish is very close to what? Latin, right? Latin. So a lot of las palabras en la ley, the legal words, they're rooted, they're Latin words and phrases. So even though I don't speak Latin, I speak Spanish. And so oftentimes when I see certain things like patria, I know that it has something to do with parental. Right? And so a lot of times in English, and the English language, by the way, is meant to be complex and complicated on purpose. It's meant to confuse you, right? They want us confundidos. For real. But study etymology. And it's really simple. You can just Google it. That's the way. Yes. Get a Black Laws Dictionary. Now, I'm happy you said that, Dwayne. Yes, get a Black Laws Dictionary. I actually have one listed on my Amazon storefront. However, I will tell you this, that you want to get a variety of Black Law dictionaries. So hear me good. Go to your Goodwill, go to Facebook, look on Craigslist, Black's Law. You will go bankrupt buying all the different Black's Law dictionary. But why is it important that you have more than one? Because the earlier ones, listen, the earlier editions, you're going to find the meanings of some of the same words are different than newer editions. You know why? Because they started to change and take out some things that they didn't want us to know. As time progressed on, that's why you will see people that are like hardcore into this. They have multiple volumes of Black's Law, not just one. And that's why when people say, what's the best edition to get? There is no best edition to get. Get as many as you can, but do it smart. Like I said, go try to find them secondhand. A lot of times people will donate them because they have no clue what they really had in their hands, and that's the best way. Like Goodwill and bookstores, things of that nature. Does that help y'all? Does that help y'all? Papi, papi, papi. And what's the situation when the credit card has charged off the account and then went to a collection? It just depends. Again, you have a number of different things. Is it an attorney collection? Is excuse me? Is it the original creditor who sent it to an in-house attorney or an attorney outside? Are you in a state where for a debt collector to collect a debt, they have to have a debt collector's license? Did you even know that? All states are not created equally, y'all. All states are not created equally. So Google your state, find out if they have to have a debt collector's license. We have the FDCPA, but then do you know there are some states who have their own version of the FDCPA that's even better than the general version? So look up your state's version of the FDCPA, because if you're dealing with collections, it's going to fall under the Federal Debt Collection Practices Act or your state's Debt Collection Practices Act, right? And then you're going to read those laws and see if that creditor did any violations. And I'm telling y'all where a lot of us get hemmed up. A lot of us get hemmed up because, as you saw, oftentimes on those letters, you might have 30, maybe 40 or 60 days to respond, most often 30. And that's not a lot of time for us who are working overtime, working, but it pays the bills, right? Trying to feed the kids, trying to do all of these things, all of the things. We don't have enough time to study these things to answer in 30 days. That is why you've got to get this information before you know it, so that when you need it, you got it. Got it? I ain't fussing at nobody. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? D just came behind me. I said, there is no best edition. D like, get the fourth. But D did come back. She said, I have them all on PDF. See, D smart. Oh, you a smarty-arty. You a smarty-arty. She has all of them on PDF. That's what's up. That's very, very smart. And guys, if you do a little bit of searching and you get with the right people, you will be surprised at what people, okay, papi, you understand what I'm saying. There's so much, y'all. There's so much to find out. There's so much to know. When I come on this video, my goal is not to tell you everything that you need, because that would literally be impossible. I would be doing you a disservice to try to give you a solution, and we're not even talking in real time, so that I can see the different nuances, right? The different nuances in your case. Think about it like this, because papi, I think, D, I know you're a forever student, and you know what? Now that I know this stuff, I am too. Even when I get it wrong, I still got it right, because at least I tried, and I'm always going to take a lesson from the loss, right? But I'm going to show papi something, because you came a little late, I think, right? So let's say, I like that y'all are asking questions, because it shows me that you are engaged. But the trouble with asking questions is that you can't tell me everything I need to know on this YouTube, right? So for example, let's say this person had this letter. Let's say this was your letter, papi, and you were like, I like that name, as you can tell. But let's say this was your letter, and you're like, oh my gosh, Kim, I got this letter from Discover. And most of y'all say from Discover. Y'all don't even understand that it's not from Discover. It's from a third party debt collector on behalf of Discover. You see what I'm saying? So you might say something like, I got this letter from Discover and they say I'm owing and I can't have another thing on my credit. I need to get a car. I just got my credit clean. And that's all you tell me. Meanwhile, you didn't get the letter from Discover. You got the letter from Discover from a third-party debt collector, and you're only looking at the first page because that's what most people do. You don't even see this little tiny little bit of ink on the back that completely absolves you from the debt. This ain't even nothing to worry about. Now, again, I would still respond to this letter because I don't want them to put it on my credit report. Because remember, now you got to fight the credit. They gonna violate you as long as you let them. It told you in the letter, if you ain't saying nothing, we gonna try to get you to say something. And that usually means putting on your credit report. But they can't file suit. And there have been instances where they did file suit anyway. And because the person didn't look on the back of, y'all don't even understand how this game works. Oh my gosh. But there have been instances where this is on the back of the letter, they still go to court, still file a suit. You don't show up because you scared. You think you about to go to jail. So you don't show up and they get a default judgment for something they never was supposed to sue for in the first place. This is America. Don't get you slipping, huh? Look how I'm whipping, huh? Look, this is America. Or the land of the free. Okay, beautiful law. I hear you. Y'all picking up with what I'm putting down? So there are so many different things, and it varies by state. It varies by debt, third party, original debt collector, what type of debt. And let me tell y'all, oh, I told y'all if y'all stay to the end, I was gonna tell you, ooh, we always do this. I always be like, I'm not gonna be on long, and then it'll be an hour. All right, I really gotta get off. Because I think this tool is gonna cut me off at an hour. So let me tell y'all, for everybody who's staying on to the end, let me tell you the thing. Okay, Poppy, you got me? All right, good. Because I don't want anybody to think I'm talking down to them or being rude. I really don't ever want to give that impression. Okay, because I love that y'all asking questions. Most people are too scared to ask. So kudos to y'all. All right. Like the stream if you haven't done so far. Let me tell y'all. All right. Let me stop the share. So here's the other thing about that Discover letter. That letter was July, right? Last month. Why did the client get, now this debt is from 2014. Why did the client just out of the blue get a get a letter from the county that they don't even live in anymore, because this was 2014. They live someplace totally different. Why did they get a letter from the county court saying that Discover voluntarily dismissed a suit against them back in 2014? And they just got the letter this year in March. And they were like, why did I get this letter? This happened because so that debt with Discover was dismissed. But they just got the letter from the county 10 years later, this year in March. Do y'all hear me? Do y'all hear me? Okay. 2014. Yeah, 10 years later. Right? I am absolutely right. I try to be. Right? 10 years later. Now, here's the deal. The client showed me the letter. Because they kept the letter. They got it back in March and they thought, this is strange. How many of y'all would have threw that letter away? Oh, this 10 years old. How many of y'all would have threw that away? Be honest. But they didn't throw the letter away. So this same debt, same account number end, they already had a dismissal from the court. Now, I know you're saying, well, why did the debt collector buy it? Why not? Do y'all think they're like, let me see here. Juan Black. No, they are buying a spreadsheet, y'all, with a whole bunch of numbers, a whole bunch of account numbers, a whole bunch of names, and nothing is verified. Oftentimes, when they buy the debt, I did a video about this, there will not only be a bill of sale, but there will also be a purchase agreement. And oftentimes, it's outlined in the purchase agreement. Look here, we Discover, we're going to sell you this block of debts. We say the value is $100,000. We're going to sell it to you for $1,000. I'm just making this up, okay? We say it's $100,000. We're going to sell it to you for $1,000. We don't think you're going to get nothing. We don't think we're going to get nothing. So we're going to sell you the debt. But here's the thing. If any of these people come and sue you and say, how do we know the right? We ain't coming to court for y'all and answering no questions about this debt we sold y'all. So that's the condition of the sale. We'll sell this debt to you for pennies on the dollar, but we not in debt with you. Okay? This is, if you get sued, that's on you. And so that's why it is important to understand this stuff. I didn't even know what a purchase agreement was. I didn't even know what a bill of sale was. I didn't even know any of these things until I started studying this stuff. So if you don't know what those things are, how can you know to ask them to see it? How can you know to ask them to see? You won't. You'll just be in debt like, Your Honor, my son is acting up in school. I'm working 3 jobs. They don't care. They do not care. Okay? They do not care. They're gonna be like, guilty. That's how that works. Okay? You got to fight them with the laws. The same thing they're trying to use against you, these statutes and these codes, you got to fight them with the laws until you learn how to fight them with the equity. Ooh, I just felt something. And equity is not easy. It is easy, but it's not. They probably closing. Man, they doing all types of stuff, y'all. Hey, girly. Hey, what's going on? Love of Tay. Oh, you came at the end, but you can watch the replay. So, guys, again, I am finally going to end because I think it's going to end for me in a moment. It was really good to see y'all, really good to interact with y'all. Most of y'all found me through credit. I'm starting another YouTube channel, though, for those of you who found me with my health and wellness stuff. It's so pay attention. I'm going to be posting up some things. I think I'm just going to start breaking up things so that whatever you want, that's what you get. I still might do a little mixing and matching. We're trying to see. But fill out the form in the description box of this video to stay in touch with me. If you have any questions and concerns, that'll be probably my next video topic, depending on what it is. And then when I come up with what I'm going to do next, I don't know. Oh, Papi said, thank you. De nada. You are so very welcome. Thank you for joining in and thank you for asking good questions. Although I planned for this to be short, I'm really happy that it went the way it did because I hope you guys found some value in it. Click the link in the description box below and then just give me like your email. And I think it's only like 4 questions on there. If you can fill those out so that if I do something like a school community or something like that, I really miss my community text list. That was 3,000 great people that I just loved sharing information with. And at that time I shared it for free and they poured back into me, even giving donations. It was really wonderful. So I want to do that again. And in these economic times, I see now more than ever, it is necessary because a lot of y'all are going to mess up and you're going to send letters without getting them tracked. You're not going to take copy of your letters. You're going to answer your phone without recording. And then they're going to curse you out and you could be getting money from that. And you're not going to have the proof because trust me, you can't call them and be like, remember when you cursed me out yesterday? Try that again. They're going to be like, I don't know what you're talking about, right? You're missing out on your blessings because of your ignorance. And that's not an insult. That is just a fact. I am still very much ignorant about many things every day. Like my girl said, D, every day I study, every day I read, every day I listen, every day is something. And every day I get a little bit more and I'm having a little like these epiphanies like, oh my goodness. I want you guys to really not be intimidated by the law. Because most of the errors that we make and most of the mistakes that we make in life are because of the unknown and because of fear. So if you could dispel the fear when you open your bills, when you see things like you owe booga, 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 or, a court summons or a sheriff coming to your door, if you could dispel that fear, I really want you to close your eyes after you get off this video and think about what would you really do if you knew exactly how to deal with those things when they came at you? Or at least if you knew more than what you know now. Because from what I know and from what I've experienced personally, this is 2024. This ain't 2020. This ain't 2021, if you know what I mean. Okay? The green ain't greening like it was greening back then. Okay? The girl up here looking like Little House on the Prairie. But that didn't stop me from showing my face on this camera. All right, I'm going to read these last comments and then I'm going to go for real. I've been hung up on from stating that I was recording along with them. What? Oh, you've been hung up. Oh, you okay. You lost me there for a minute, but we together now. I think you're saying that you're in a two-party state, which means you have to disclose to them that you are recording. Oftentimes, when you call them, they'll say, for quality assurance purposes, this call is being recorded. And then when you come online, you say, yes, I'm doing the same. I'm recording as well. There was a really good way that somebody handled that. And it's so funny because they'll want to record you. And then when you say you recording them, they'll be like, we can't talk to you. Make it make sense. Isn't that fishy? Isn't that funny? But I would really find a way to, you don't have to ask their permission. You just have to state that you're recording. You just have to say, for our protection, I am monitoring this call just like you are. Hey, this is Dee calling with Portfolio Recovery. May I please get your name? Hey, my name's Kim, and Dee, just to let you know, I'm monitoring this call, as are you. I got a letter in the mail. D, I'm sorry, did you say this call was being recorded? Yes, we have to record the call. We have to record the call for quality assurance purposes. Perfect. I'm doing the same for my protection as well. This letter that I got in the mail, see, you learn this in sales, y'all. Okay, you state something, and then you keep it going, and you do not stop talking until you end on a question. You don't be like, I'm in a single party state, so I'm recording, and you definitely don't be like, hold on. Let me get my recorder. You don't be acting. It might be legal, but not lawful. Come on, Poppy. Okay. They. And what's always legal is not always ethical, right? They lied to me. Isn't that against the law? No. it's just not nice. It's not biblical, but they can lie to you all day long. Cops do it all the time. They get kids in an interrogation room. They get people in an interrogation room. Dang, I want to tell y'all something right quick, but I don't have the time. They will get you in the interrogation room and they will purposefully lie to you and say, your girl already told me that you did it. She already told me that you did it. I'm just waiting on you to tell me the truth. And you're like, dang, on her time. Meanwhile, she never told. Why do you think they separate y'all? Man, student loan debts older than 10 years, how do you absolve? Again, there is no one size fits all. First of all, if you're a part of certain colleges, they have already said they have lost their accreditation. Your avenue is going to be totally different than somebody else's avenue who's not a part of those bucket of colleges. Did you even know that there was a list out there? I did a video on it, right? There's certain schools, you remember, I went to school in my pajamas. Remember those commercials? Y'all remember what's his name? Master P's son Romeo, and he was like ACDC College, ACDC College. And then it turns out he never went to ACDC College, and they lost their accreditation. Right. If you got some loans from ACDC College, they were like, that college shouldn't have never existed to begin with. So your route to getting those loans done is going to be totally different than somebody else's route. Again, we got to read, we got to understand, and we got to, try a number of different things. Yes. You just called back. Oh, okay. All right. Professional liars. They are professional liars. And I'm telling y'all, this is not a game where you can think, but God, I'm a good person. You are a good person, but you're dealing with bad people who have a rigged system. You are a good person, but you're dealing with bad people who understand this rigged system. And a part of the rigging is making sure you don't understand it. Bloop. All right. On that note, I got to go. I got to get to Publix before they close. All right, y'all. Fill out the like this video, share, fill out the form below so I can keep in touch with y'all, and I'll be back on. And y'all study, go to my Amazon store, get some of those books, read them, take notes. If you see a video on YouTube that you like, don't expect to find it again. Make a note of it. Take notes. Don't be afraid to try things. When you get stuff in the mail, open it. Put your big girl panties on, your big boy britches. Read front and back. and read to understand. If you don't know a word, look it up. Like Dee said, look up the etymology. Get you a Black Laws. Go to Goodwill. Look in on Craigslist. Go different places. Get you a collection. You got to commit to this though, because I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. If you don't do a certain amount of legwork on your own, even when I give you the answer, you still won't understand it. Even if, what if I tell you, well, just oh, what if I tell you something like, just file a motion to have the judge dismiss it because they violated the arbitration clause. You're gonna be like, what? How do I file a motion? How do I this? How do I that? You know what I'm saying? There's a certain amount of legwork that you can't shortcut the shortcut. There's a certain amount of stuff that you're going to have to know, because this stuff is very complex and complicated until it isn't. That's the good news. It gets better. Okay? All right. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.